To expedite removal of the Tren de Aragua and other savage gangs, I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Can you imagine? Those were the old days when they had tough politicians. I have to go back that long. Think of that, 1798. Oh, it's a powerful act. You couldn't pass something like that today. Today we're politically correct. Today people kill and they end up getting out on bail in 2 minutes. No, this is a little different act. The Aliens Enemy Act, 1798, to target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil. 100%. And in honor of the great people of Aurora, Colorado, we will call this Operation Aurora, because they were the first to suffer with this group of thugs. And if they come back into our country after removal, it's an automatic 10 years in jail with no possibility of parole. No possibility. Not that we want to do it. But by the way, not that we want to do it. We all have big hearts, but you know, it's not sustainable. We're not going to have a country. It's not sustainable. You see what's going on with the cities again. New York has a $3 billion bill. I always heard New York is low on funds. A $3 billion bill, and the federal government's not going to pick it up. And I'm hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen or a law enforcement officer. Thank you. They kill an American citizen or a law enforcement officer.
Today on the Daily Dose, the Alien and Sedition Acts. In 1794, when Federalist President George Washington signed a proclamation of neutrality during a war between England and France, the Jay Treaty would improve relations with England while angering the French. When James Monroe and 2 other diplomats sailed to France to negotiate for peace, French politicians known as XYZ demanded a bribe before negotiations could begin, which infuriated the young American Republic to no end. By the time John Adams was sworn in as the second U.S. president in 1796, France had seized more than 300 American ships, leading many to believe or insist that war with France was imminent and unavoidable. Amid mounting fears of enemy spies infiltrating American society, the majority Federalist Party, who supported a strong central government, prevailed over the minority Republican or Jeffersonian Party in passing 4 new laws, which collectively became known as the Alien and Sedition Acts. Since many recent immigrants and new citizens favored the Republicans, and their insistence that power remain with the individual states, Congress passed the Naturalization Act, which increased residency requirements for U.S. citizenship from 5 years to 14. The Alien Enemies Act went on to permit the government to arrest and deport all male citizens of enemy nations in the event of war.
Oh, you hear that? All male citizens. All male citizens. Doesn't that sound familiar in the book of Exodus? How they tried to kill all the male Hebrew, the midwives were told to kill all the male babies. Why would they say that? Why would they say that about the men? Because the power lies in the men. The power lies in men. Everybody knows that's up American, where they think that men and women are equal. No. A nation's power lies in its men. How do you support your family? The man, goes out, works. Man goes out and hunts. The man goes out and protects his country in war. Women, oh, we'll have our way with them. That's no problem. And if this is going to happen like how I think it's going to happen, according to what the act says, that would leave an even greater ratio of men to women here in this country if they're only deporting the men. But we'll see how that goes. You know, he can have his own little twist in it where he's saying I'll deport men and women. That's a possibility. But that right there, if he's reinstating that the Alien Enemy Act, and that's part of the Alien Enemy Act, and he's going to follow that, well, then there it is. It's going to be things is about to turn very, very quickly. And hey, matter of fact, I found it right here. It's Section 1, an act of respecting alien enemies. This is from archives.gov. I'm going to read. It says, Section 1, be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America and Congress assembled, that whenever there shall be a declared war between the United States and any foreign nation or government, or any invasion or predatory incursion shall be perpetuated, attempted, or threatened against the territory of the United States by any foreign nation or government, and the President of the United States shall make public proclamation of the event, all natives, citizens, denizens, or subjects of the hostile nation or government, being males of the age of 14 years and upward, who shall be within the United States and not actually naturalized, shall be liable to be apprehended, restrained, secured, and removed as alien enemies. And the President of the United States shall be, and he is hereby authorized in any event as aforesaid by his proclamation thereof, or other public act, to direct the conduct to be observed on the part of the United States toward the aliens who shall become liable as foresaid, the manner and degree of the restraint to which they shall be subject. So this is straight out of the text itself. No speculating, no, jumping the gun because you heard a YouTube video say it. That is straight from the source of the document. If I have time, I definitely can put it in another video and start incorporating more of the things that I'm saying, but for time restraints, I'm reading it, but you can definitely go look it up for yourself, the actual text of it. I read it in Section 1. There's no talk about women or females in that entire text of the language of that article. Only males. You get rid of the male, you get rid of the strength of the nation. We are entering some turbulent times, but let me not hold y'all up.
While the Alien Friends Act allowed the president to deport any non-citizen suspected of plotting against the government, even if the country was not at war. The Sedition Act, on the other hand, took direct aim at anyone who spoke ill against President Adams or the Federalist-dominated government, effectively muzzling dissent from the Republican side of the aisle. while Republican lawmakers complained that the Sedition Act violated the First Amendment freedom of speech clause in the Constitution. The Federalists pushed the bill through Congress, which was signed into law by Adams on July 14, 1798, with an expiration date set for March 3, 1801, which was the last day of his term in office. By the law's expiration, U.S. federal courts prosecuted no less than 26 individuals under the Sedition Act, nearly all of them editors of Republican newspapers who opposed the Adams administration. The prosecutions fueled fierce debate over the definition and meaning of a free press, as well as the rights that should be afforded to political opposition parties in the United States. In the end, widespread anger over the Alien and Sedition Acts fueled Jefferson's victory over Adams in the bitterly contested presidential election of 1800, while their passage would go down in history as one of the biggest mistakes of the Adams presidency.
Hey man, things is about to pick up. You know, they kicking it into turbo. This is basically Make America Great Again campaign. Is basically one last ditch and hoorah for America to be restored, healed, and go back to what it used to be. That glory day. And it won't ever be that. And you have a lot of illegal immigrants that are here, or undocumented illegal, according to E's law. They were Biden administrator brought them in by the boatload, and now Biden is hell bent on deporting them. You know, I hope this lesson has been edifying. Hope this also lesson encourages you brothers and gives you some clarity about what this policy can possibly consist of. On that note, I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kodash. Double honors to the elders of GMS rule well. Peace, salutations, and shalom.